Winnacunnet School Board regular meeting to order, please. You can stand and pledge allegiance.
Just what I said.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Public comment? All right, seeing none, we'll leave that open for 30 minutes. Winnacunnet Pride.
Yes, we told Grace she could skip tonight's meeting because we're trying to keep it brief.
Good.
She will be back for the next meeting.
Perfect. All right, we have regular meeting, approval of the minutes for the January 18th regular meeting. Do I have a motion?
I move the approval of the January 18th meeting minutes.
And a second?
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Great, thank you. January 31st work session. We'll get a motion to approve those minutes.
I'll move to approve the minutes from the work session from Tuesday, January 31st.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Thank you. All those in favor? Oh, any discussion? All those in favor? Thank you.
I'll abstain.
Oh, abstain.
I was not there.
Yep. Sorry.
Sorry, I missed it.
That's okay. Superintendent's report.
Certainly. So, speaking of January 31st, we held a legislative roundtable with a number of our local folks. Senator Altschiller was able to attend along with Representatives Porcelli, Munns, Balboni, O'Neill, and Edgar to meet with a number of members of this board as well as our other SAU 21 boards and some folks from SAU 90 just to talk about the current legislative session and some proposed legislation. It's early in the process in the State House, though things move very quickly. Bills are kind of constantly being amended, so the group agreed to come back together just around the time of crossover, most likely in early April. And there was also communication just about ways to share information and weigh in on proposed legislation and keep each other informed. So very productive, and we appreciate everyone's time for that meeting. Briefly, the superintendent's leadership team, student leadership team is meeting on Monday. I think I may have mentioned before, but the topic they identified that they wanted to discuss was stress, mental, and physical health. So Dr. Toomey and some members of our school counseling and social work team will join us for that conversation. Our deliberative session obviously is this evening. And then filing period for school district elections closed last Friday. So school district clerks will be preparing the ballot for the March election following our deliberative session tonight. It is National School Counseling Week, so I just want to shout out to our school counselors here at Winnacunnet who do a tremendous job supporting our students and helping them kind of plan forward for their futures, but also valuing who they are right now in their lives. So we thank them and appreciate the hard work they do. And then the final thing I put on there is that renewal season for teachers is coming right up. So Dr. Hobbs and I are working with principals to make sure that the supervision and evaluation process is completed, as well as the certification renewal process, so that we can bring those nominations forward to you in the next month or so.
Thank you. Curriculum, instruction, and assessment report. Dave?
Thanks. I know we've got a lot going on tonight, so I'll keep it brief. My report is just the Portrait of a Learner work plan for the spring. I just wanted to go to two dates for you guys. First is February 16th next week. We've got a community event where we're going to validate some of the tenets, some of the big themes that we brought out in our work. So that's going to be open. It's going to be after school, but we've got a good group of people going over that. And second is exactly a month later, March 16th. We're going to try to coordinate with Chef Ed and do a community dinner where we reflect some of that work as well. It's been a great team. It's been a great process. Looking forward to it. I won't bore you with the certification statistics tonight.
Although the SAU has won.
The SAU is currently at 100%.
Yay.
Yeah.
Love it.
I'll start figuring. Questions?
Good. Thank you. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it. Student services report is in your packet. Principal's report.
Course selection process is underway. Students are registering online, and then beginning early March, we will be meeting with the counselors to finalize course selection. Teachers have put recommendations in, And then tomorrow's the deadline for those students applying for Seacoast of Technology. We do have one donation later on this evening, but that donation is from the Hampton Rotary, and that's to support the Sweetheart Brunch, which is happening on this Saturday, on February 11th. Keeping track of the COVID numbers, and I'll just go back to Winnacunnet Pride. We did have a very successful dance 2 weeks ago. And then following the dance over the weekend, when students came back, we did have a little uptick in COVID numbers, but everything seems to be back to normal. But students had a great time, and it was probably the first dance that we've had in several years, so overall it was very successful. And thank you to the Student Council for organizing that and getting that underway. Enrollments, they seem to be ticking up 1 or 2 students each month, which is good. So right now we're at 1,074. And then upcoming activities, again, the Sweetheart Brunch this Saturday, the Penguin Plunge for the high school, it is on Saturday, and we do have a group of students participating in that, and as of now, they've raised over $5,000.
Awesome.
It seems like the weather's gonna be nice. Good thing this Saturday versus last Saturday.
They wouldn't have been able to do it.
Yeah, they could have skated.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
actually, the water wouldn't get warmer. So.
I know, it's true.
And on Monday evening, we have the Class of 2027 course selection night. So that's when the incoming 8th grade students will come to us, and we'll have a presentation for parents and the students as far as what the process looks like and what classes they can take next year when they come to the high school. And then the Winnacunnet Cabaret is next Thursday, a week from today, on February 16th. There's going to be 2 showings, one at 5:30 and one at 7:30. So that should be a fun evening. And then I'll just end it at winter break.
Nice.
The other thing, a couple other things on that in my report. Teachers are looking to start traveling again, so we have 2 potential trips teachers looking to. One from a Spanish teacher, Chiqui Jimenez. She was the one that for the chess club, but she's looking to bring a group of students to Spain in the February to April timeframe of 2024. And then also Heather Noon and Barbara Reed. They didn't travel last year, the last couple of years of COVID, but they're looking to go to London also in 2024. And this trip is STEM oriented, so I made.
I was gonna say rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, I was
Which one
thinking-
of us wants to go? I wanna go, yeah, I wanna go to
I
chaperone,
want to go to
so.
Spain.
All right, you go to Spain, I wanna go to London, so, okay.
Me too.
Okay, sounds good.
And then the other thing, we did have some students go to France earlier this year, and they stayed with the host families. So we have in exchange, those students are coming to us in April.
Awesome. Excellent, that's great.
And the only other thing that it will be in my message to parents, but we will have an active shooter exercise next Wednesday during Block 2. That's going to be mostly a lockdown exercise, working with the students. Again, it's only going to be tabletop in the classroom, no guns, no simulated noises, all tabletop discussion. And again, it's going to be a review of the options that a student has during a violent critical incident. Again, we want to make sure that the students and the teachers think as far as what the best option is for their safety. We'll practice going through the lockdown, and then we'll also have 2 scenarios as far as if there's an active shooter coming through the front main building and your classroom is located here, what would you do in the classroom? So we did. I shared that with the staff yesterday at the faculty meeting. We went through that. So, again, we did do an enhanced lockdown pre-COVID. And again, there was some anxiety about it, but the way we structured it, the students did have fun as far as different ways they can barricade the doors, and we did take pictures of it. So, again, mostly a discussion, but also just to review what the options are.
Great, thank you. Your facilities report is in your packet. And Matt, you wanna do a finance report?
Thank you. And also from a facilities standpoint, I do want to note that over this past weekend, as we reported to the board earlier this week, we did have a burst pipe on our sprinkler system that affected a storage closet and 1 classroom. Our facilities director, John Kamash, did take care of it quickly, working with the fire alarm system, and we are working with our insurance carrier for liability for reimbursement. So that was taken care of fairly quickly.
Great, thank you for that.
So from a finance perspective, we did include both the year-to-date revenue and expenditure reports in board docs. We are tracking well, no significant changes from last month. I will note just briefly on the revenue side, we are seeing some surprisingly significant revenue via banking interest. We have almost $20,000 in interest with the rate hikes this year, which is a nice unanticipated revenue. In total, we have about $400,000 in unanticipated revenue this year. That includes the New Hampshire retirement system refund, as well as special education aid. That is more than what we had estimated, and that goes to the expenditure side, because on the expenditure side, we are about $460,000 over budget in special education, which is why we're getting that increased aid. Additionally, on the expenditure side, we are seeing some overages in our buildings accounts. They have been hit hard by price inflation. So all of our, materials, supplies, labor, those, just like we've seen at the grocery store and our cost of living, our facilities expenditures have increased. However, we have recognized a good amount of savings, primarily through salaries. It's been difficult to hire, so there have been some vacancies, so we've seen savings both on salaries and the associated benefits, so health insurance, dental, FICA, retirement. Currently, we're at about $900,000 in available balance on the expenditure side, with 5 months remaining in the fiscal year, closed June 30th. Happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Anybody? Great, thank you, appreciate it, Matt.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next is our reopening plan update.
Yes, so we are required as a recipient of ESSER funds to update that plan every 6 months. So there are no proposed changes to the plan, but just requesting that the board vote to continue the plan as it exists today, with a new updated date that we can share with the federal government.
All right, so can I have a motion to approve the continuation of the reopening plan as presented?
I will make that motion.
Thank you, and a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. All those in any questions? All those in favor? Thank you. Thank you for that. Policies first read.
Exciting. Policies are back.
Yay!
So let me make sure I have the right count. You have 31 policies, 20 of them presented for review. A little more than half of these are from section K of your policy manual, which are community relations section. There are several that were in that section that are recommended for deletion. They were either policies that existed just in one district, for example, and or that there was no New Hampshire School Board Association model for, and or they've been absorbed in other policies, and those notes are reflected below. The remaining policies that we're asking for updates on, a couple had been extended from the fall policy review, academic freedom being one of those, along with programs for pupils with disabilities, extended learning opportunities. Many of these had been reviewed fairly recently, so they're just getting a new date of update. And out-of-school actions for student discipline, weapons, student searches of student automobiles, and then the suicide prevention and response policy, which is required to go along with the plan that we asked the joint board to adopt a couple of weeks ago.
Great, so at this point, it's a first read, so
Yes.
read, guys. If you've got any issues or questions, bring them forward, and I'm sure Meredith would be happy to,
And your policy representative.
and our policy representative. Alrighty, thank you. Next, we have an acceptance of a gift.
So, as I said earlier, the Hampton Rotary Club donated $500 to support the Interact students to host the Sweetheart Brunch, which is on Saturday.
Great. Can I have a motion to accept that gift?
Oh, I'll make a motion.
I'm sorry, who made the motion?
Nicole.
I'll second.
Tamara second. Any discussion?
Actually, I just have one point. Can we, and perhaps we already do this, send a letter of thanks
Mhm.
to the Rotary? I've been on the board now about a year, and I think almost monthly, there's either been a gift or a gesture or a show of support, and I just want to acknowledge that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
Nope, I see.
how we do that, but
I mean, I can send it, but I'm also a member of the Rotary, so I will see, actually, Larry Mossaway will be attending on Saturday, so I'll talk to him, and I'll be at the meeting on Tuesday, so we can do that.
Okay.
And I'll have the Interact
Alright.
students write a letter to them.
And we
I-
usually follow up with a thank you note.
but just a note, perhaps that could be shared at their meeting, so they,
Mhm.
anybody who's perhaps doesn't get to attend every meeting,
Hmm.
can share in the acknowledgement. It is appreciated.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you. All those in favor? Thank you.
And then just while we're talking about the Hampton Rotary, we will be hosting them here for breakfast on April 13th. So if you'd like to join us for breakfast on April 13th, which is a Tuesday at 7:30.
April.
April. Sorry. Okay. Gotcha. Alrighty. Personnel, do we have to go into non-public?
We don't.
Okay. So,
So we received a letter of resignation from teacher Michael Daly effective the end of the school year.
okay. Can I have a motion to accept the resignation?
I can make a motion to accept the resignation of Michael Daly effective the end of the 2022-23 school year.
Thank you. May I have a
When do
second?
people have to resign by?
Pardon me?
Is there a deadline?
I mean, really by the end of the school year, but
Oh.
it's to our advantage when they let us know early because it allows
Mhm.
us sort of the best opportunity to advertise and look for replacement teachers, so.
Did he go to another school?
Nope, he is not retirement age, but he wants to do some other things with his family and decided to resign.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, but the deadline is for teachers that retire. But in
Oh,
this
it's the
case, it's not a
retirement
retirement, so
deadline, okay.
He won the lottery and is taking off.
I gotta talk to
he
him about
really?
that, 'cause he didn't tell me.
Wouldn't that be awesome? No. Alrighty, so I've got a motion, can I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Tell him wish him luck. All those in favor? Thank you.
Not really, but.
All right, our future meetings, we have a SAU 21 Operations Committee meeting on Tuesday, March 7th. We have voting day for Tuesday, March 14th. And Winnacunnet next school board meeting is Wednesday, March 22nd.
So it looks like a couple of these agenda items are a little bit out of order. We don't need a non-public, but our moderator is here,
There
so
we go. All
it'd be a
right,
good opportunity to meet with him.
all right. So are we gonna stay in public or?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
So
So
we
we're
don't,
still on the air.
we don't need a non-public session then today?
No.
No.
Are we gonna have legal costs for this thing? or-
Yes.
Okay.
Probably within the next 10 minutes.
Okay, perfect. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Be back. So, I think I know what I was supposed to do, but I have some questions
Okay,
that I need some answers to.
okay.
There will be people who are not from the towns speaking, and we have to have a motion to allow them to speak. So, can you tell me who will be speaking tonight who's not from Northampton, Hampton Falls, or Seaboard?
Probably just administration.
I don't need to speak.
Yeah.
Right, I mean,
We can
only-
say, no, they can't, Matt, you
only
can't
if-
speak.
Only if questions are
It's
asked.
gonna be Meredith, Bill,
And
And
Matt.
Matt
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be presenting and then Meredith.
will be available for
Bill will be
questions.
available for any questions
Okay.
as well.
no, 'cause there's gotta be a motion to allow you foreigners to.
Foreigners. Outsiders.
Is it the
Again, I
board's
will not take it
purview
personally
that,
if you don't allow me.
is it the board's purview, in years past to allow teachers who don't live in the district to speak?
So that's
just in
typically
case.
at the discretion of the meeting, and so the moderator could entertain a motion for that.
So, okay, so it could happen,
At
in
the
During the
process.
meeting.
Yes.
Okay.
Somebody
Okay.
shows up and they're not from town.
right, right,
Mhm.
okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Then, I wanna go through the articles and
Mhm.
just, know who's gonna do the motions.
Mm-hmm.
So on Article 1, who is going to make the motion to open discussion? Who do I turn to?
I'll do that one.
And then I'll just have for a second, and you guys can fight over who's gonna be the second.
Well, why don't we just, if this,
Yeah.
this is what we've done in the past is we just put everybody
Okay.
down, so it's like, so like,
Oh.
let's do, Tricia for the second one, for a second.
And then are you gonna wanna do a reconsider? Motion to,
Motion to restrict.
Yes, motion to,
Yeah.
motion
think
to
on the
restrict
budget we should.
reconsideration. Mm-hmm, so that we can do the same too then.
I don't even know what that means, I'm
That means they
sorry.
can't bring it back up, like later on in the meeting, you can't
Oh,
come back and
after?
say,
Okay,
Like if they all of a sudden brought in, 100 people to amend the budget
yeah.
right, so we
So
So
vote.
you'll
They
read the
might have the
you'll read the
votes
budget
after
one,
the discussion.
yeah, what I'll do is I'll
And
read
then-
each article. I'll
Yeah.
read each article, and then I'll say, is there a motion to open discussion? And so like on the first one, Leslie will say, yes, I move, and then I'll look to Tricia to make the second.
Mhm.
And then I'll ask, is there anyone who wishes to speak to the article? And then I assume
That will be Matt.
then you're gonna go first. And then Meredith will chime in
If, I think if there are questions, generally, Matt will take the lead with the presentation, and then
Okay.
I'm here for discussion.
So number 2, who's gonna do that one?
Teacher contract.
You wanna,
I
Nicole, you
can.
wanna do that one?
Sure.
Nicole,
Okay,
and then
second.
Tamara for second.
Who's
Sure.
gonna do
Tamara.
second?
I'm happy to do
And then
that.
the same 2 for
Yep.
reconsideration?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Number 3,
Tricia?
Yeah, Tricia will motion,
okay,
I'll second. Oh, we gotta get Tony in here if he's here, but let's not wait, so,
okay,
and then we'll do the same thing.
yep. And 4,
We'll do Tamara and Nicole.
Sure.
Oh, that's good, I wanna do the
5,
auditorium.
The
Is
big
it-
field lighting.
Leslie and Trish.
Sure.
And if Tony gets here, we'll flip him in here
Yeah.
on a couple of those, all right?
do-
And then we'll do Nicole on 6
Okay,
and Tamara.
okay. And then the last question I had for you was, do you have any objections if I mention, or to the board, to the people there, remind people that the auditorium is gonna be named after Rennie?
Yeah, I wouldn't do it yet.
Not yet?
No, because we haven't picked a date to do it yet.
Well, what I
'Cause
was
it
gonna
was-
say was that it's going to be named after Rennie, and the date and the time of the formal
We don't,
announcement
we don't know when it's,
Will be forthcoming.
yeah,
If you don't want me to, that's fine,
yeah,
I wanted to pay a little tribute to him.
yeah, I was hoping we could have done it beforehand, because I was trying to get it done before we didn't get everything ready, so, I mean, it's up to the board.
It's up to you guys. If you
But
don't
we
want me
do
to go
have-
there,
We have the
Temporary.
temporary, yeah, I wanted the family to be
No,
here
no,
and all of that before we do a formal, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, no, I understand, just
Yeah,
wasn't sure if you, but we do have the plaque up.
yeah, we do have the plaque, is the plaque up?
Plaque's up?
Oh, it is up,
Temporary plaque.
all right, then yeah, go ahead, since it's up.
Since it's up, yeah.
Okay.
We can take it down.
No.
So, I mean, what I'm gonna do is, I'll just kind of go through, the ground rules, that, the ability to amend the articles is limited. We can't change wording that's prescribed by law, and I'm gonna look to you, and I guess it's Bob Casas.
Bob will be
Yes.
here.
Yeah, I'll look to you to let me know if that's, what's legal or not. Can't change or eliminate the subject matter of the article, and you can't flip it around to something completely different. You can't introduce, some new concept in the article that nobody's ever even heard of. You can change the dollar amounts in the money articles, and then any amendments have to be in writing. We deal with one amendment at a time.
would be fun if we all went under the table.
Yeah, we all, yeah.
Left Chris.
We all just turn our backs. It's like, yeah, okay.
If you
Oh,
do that, I'm just gonna
yeah.
pick out, I'm gonna take your hand.
Yeah.
And then, you know, keep the remarks focused, keep them civil. We'll do voting by hand. If somebody wants a written ballot, they have to come forth with five signatures on a petition. It has to be before the vote starts. I'm not gonna vote unless it's the, you know, break a tie, or I found this interesting, I can actually make a tie.
Wow.
So if it's like one short, I can make.
You can make the
Oh, there you go.
If it's a tie,
Okay.
it loses, so.
Right.
There you go. Be nice to you.
Good to know. Do
And
they,
then,
It's not like.
excuse me, Representative, do they have to have, a copy of an amendment?
it has to be written.
It has
yeah.
to be written?
Yeah, you have to
Is there
submit it in
copies for
writing.
everybody, so we get to read it? or
No,
I don't
it'll
think
be
it has to
read
for
aloud.
everybody. They just have to be submitted in writing to the
To
clerk.
you?
And then the clerk will type it up and puts it up on the screen so everybody can read it.
Got it, got it. Okay, thank you.
Just the housekeeping stuff, the emergency exits are, they are in the side, I know they're in the side, but they're in the back.
Front and
too.
back. Do the stewardess
Camera
thing, yeah,
all
there we
over.
go, yeah.
All right.
This is what we need
Terry
here.
That's,
And then after we do the articles, I'll just, remind people that we're voting on the 14th, that, you know, it's also for electing off, people. I'll say who's on the ballot for the various positions that are open, and then what the times of voting are, and then we're done.
great.
Is there anything else that you would like me to cover, or?
No, I think we're good.
Are we anticipating any
Not that I know of.
changes? Okay.
Nope.
I haven't
Good.
heard,
That would be good.
yeah. I haven't heard nothing.
I don't know if I have to get sworn in again. Sworn in.
We can swear at you, but I'm not sure if we can swear you in.
That would be, Shirley could.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's.
Shirley will do that.
Shirley.
She's gonna be down.
Yep, she'll be
Yeah.
down there, so she'll do that. Yep,
And I'm gonna represent myself as the acting moderator for this evening.
yep, okay. Perfect. Thanks, Chris.
Thanks, Chris.
Public comment is still open for the next 2 minutes. Do you have anything that you would need to speak to? Nope, okay, just checking. Okay, all right.
I'll bring this for Tony.
Yeah, bring that for Tony. All right, then you can do a
I
motion
thought
to.
Tony said he wasn't gonna make it.
Oh, I
Did he?
thought- Did he?
I don't know.
You know,
I
now
don't
that you
recall.
mention that, I
But
think
he
Sounds
said he
like
might have
it
been
is.
traveling on business or
Oh, he
something.
could have
I
been.
think that you mentioned
Okay.
that, yes.
Yeah, you might.
All right,
I could be wrong.
then we'll do a motion. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
To recess.
To recess, sorry, recess.
I'll move to recess the
Okay, thank you. Second?
public meeting.
Second.
All right, all those in favor? Great, thank you. We are.